Hey, what's going on, everybody? So, here's Franken computer. This is an old Asus computer, and fortunately enough, when it starts up, it tells you how to access the boot menu. So I was able to access the boot menu. This is something that you're going to need to know how to do: is access your system's boot menu. So simply just Google it and or YouTube it, and there's people that will show you how to access your system's boot menu if it doesn't say it on the screen pretty quick at the beginning. You'll see some of them. I'll turn this one on and you'll see. It'll tell you right across the bottom of the screen. Um, and it will allow you to access it into it. But if you don't know how to access that boot menu, you're going to have to get that information. I'm going to show you how to do it on this Asus. And if I have time, I might show you how to do it on the HP at the end of the video, but I'm going to go through the initial setup on this. Keep in mind, this is an old computer. I'm not sure how many RAM this thing is running or anything. I just know that it's got an old antique hard drive, big beastly bitch, and it does not have a Wi-Fi card. So I took the the LAN connection. That's why I'm in the living room here, and the router's back over there. So I got a cord running up to it here, and I actually have it plugged into my laptop. So things you're gonna need is, like I say, know how to boot. That's gonna be number one. Hardware component that you're gonna need is you're gonna need at least a 4 gig. I'm not sure if you could go any smaller. Thumb drive. It needs to be a USB thumb drive. It cannot be a micro USB unless it's a one that plugs into here. If you have the adapter to plug into the USB and turn this into a, it might even be as easy as notching that shit out of there. You get an old cable and notch it out, you might be able to just slide your micro USB in there. But anyways, I'm off point. There is adapters that you could get that will let you slide it in there, and I'm pretty sure all that's missing is the bottom pieces. If you've got an old cable, you might be able to chisel that away and use it with a micro SD card. But anyways, for easiness sake, get yourself one of these. And you're going to plug it into your Windows machine. You also need something that's running Windows. Something that's running Windows so you can do all of this stuff. I'm not sure how to do any of it from the command line. And I'm going to get to this stuff in just a second. We're gonna put that over behind here. Uh-oh, bumped the monitor. And we'll get to the SD card in just a moment here. So this is the Windows machine. This is GMRS Network. All of the software that you will need is located under the software or the hardware and software page right there. Right there. So I'm going to take the mouse and I'm going to click on that. And then this might be a little fun to see, but we'll get up close. You can see right here. We'll highlight this one. Ooh, that makes it even worse to see. That ain't working. All right, no highlighting. So it says ASL, PC, or laptop software. And then you also need the Win32 disk imager, and you need the SSH software. Makes it a lot easier down the road, so you might as well grab it while you're here. This how-to video will be in this place where it says coming soon. So first off, you want to get your Win32 disk imager going. This is a direct link. It directly downloads. It's going into the download folder you see right here. It says download. Then you can see the name of the thing that it's downloading. I am not going to download it because as you notice, it says number 1. So number 1. Yeah, I could always delete it later. Not a big deal. So I'm going to get it going. All right, so there's that. That's going. And then I'm going to get the software going. This might bog this computer down big time, but oh well. We'll give her to her test. All right, so Win32 disk imager looks like it's done. So I can't take you through the beginning process, but I will show you. All right, so we're going to go into it. I just left-clicked, show in folder. There it is. go ahead and left click on it. I don't know why it highlighted it. And then it'll take you through the install process. You just got to tell it a lot of yeses, nos, all that fun stuff. It might let me run it even though I've already got it. Yeah. Okay. So do you agree? Obviously, you have to agree to their terms. Yes. You want to create a desktop shortcut? Sure. Make it easy enough. Install. And then it'll most likely install. I'm going to cancel it because I already have it on my computer, as you can see it right here. So then you'll have it. I'm going to go ahead and just uninstall that right quick here and just delete this folder because I don't need that. I guess I already have it. So we're now waiting on this bad boy. This is downloading right from the All-Star Link Network's servers. This is just a direct link to them. They want to host their software. I'll let them host their software. All right. There it is. It is a... it unzipped itself, I think. Let's see. Nope, I think it's a zipped folder. Yep, we're going to extract all of it. Might as well just put it right back here in the downloads folder. Again, this is not a clipped video, it's just I'm jerky. This is real time as I'm installing everything. It's 10:03 right here. 10:03. So again, this is going on a complete wipe of a hard drive. I don't know if I mentioned that. I hope I did at the beginning. It's going on a complete wipe of the hard drive of that Acer computer. I believe if you have a USB port that's a 3.0, you probably even can boot it off of another stick. I don't actually have one to test that theory, but I believe you could actually just cross it to another USB stick because it's detecting it as a bootable device like a hard drive. So right now, as you can see right here, we've got three different things. We've got the ISO image for the All-Star link, because this is actually a direct link for them. We're just going to be modifying their software to work with us, just like I had 2 years ago. I mean, we're going back to basics here, you know, and I hope it doesn't scare anybody off. It's just a lot of listening to my voice, reading the screen, and you'll get these same messages. If you don't, it's simple enough to message me. You know, if something that I am doing and you're getting different, message me and we'll try and figure it out. How am I supposed to know if you're having a problem and you're not getting the same results as I am if you don't message me? GMRS101000@gmail.com. All right, so here's this. We're going to go ahead and hit cancel to that. And here's where the Win32 disk imager comes in. We're going to open up the Win32 disk imager. You're going to hit yes. You're giving it permissions. You see the D is where it's at. You want to make sure that D is the card that we're wanting to use. So I'm going to go look right behind it here. C is local. D is what I want to use. So I'm going to go back to that. Then click the big folder there. Got to go into the folder. Got to change your file type to the three little star thingy. Then you'll see it. You go ahead and hit open. And then you hit write. Not read, write. And let it go. If you have an issue here, let me know. All you gotta do is let me know where you're getting hung up at, and we could try and resolve the problem. That's what I'm here to do. Is I'm here to help you try and get you going. These radio box SNs that we were all producing made it got easy enough just to plug it in and go. This is how I had to do it years ago. If you look back into the archived videos of the GMRS Link Network, aka TGLN, on YouTube, you'll see I have a lot of these videos where I'm doing shit like this. Or even, actually, I think it's my WQXN966 Jason. Actually, I think that's the YouTube account that has that. That has the information that when I was doing this shit way back when. Because I actually remoted into people, and that drove a wedge between me and my wife big time. So I had to remote in and do it a lot of times because people were getting a little scared of doing it. But you just got to follow the video. This is not time lapse. This is straight up time. If you have time, luckily enough, you got the ability to pause this. You know, if yours gets faster than mine, you might have a faster computer where mine's taking fucking forever. Because I'm using old shit. I'd rather sink money into my phones than these computers. And it's perfect for doing this shit. It just takes time. So, as you can see, it successfully booted, or it successfully wrote to it. So we're going to unplug it from back there. And we're going to unplug the internet cable from back there. I'm going to come over here. Going to match them up where I need to plug them in at. Plug it in. All right. Now we're at the fun part. So let's say you have Windows on this computer, and you don't care what else you got on there. What I did was I bought a nifty SATA to USB, and I plugged it into this laptop, and I backed it up onto this laptop, and then I turned around, put it onto that 4 gig thumb drive, and it took a while, but I eventually did it, and turned around and put it on a terabyte hard drive. So then I had everything that was on this backed up. And it's a good thing we've got things backed up. If you noticed at the beginning of the video on the home page, I had a play button. One of my hard drives had the software that I was using to be able to host an internet feed to where you could listen to us on our website. But anyways, that's not what we're here for. We are here to get this to turn on. So all of this is hooked up. I got 2 USBs up in the front for my mouse and keyboard, and I've got a hooked up back there. This is all hooked up. It's not going to blow up. It's going to run. I promise. I ran it last night. All right. Monitor's on. I could have dusted the screen before I started this. Boy, oh boy, is this thing dusty. All right. So that is because I missed the boot menu. I'm talking to you guys, I missed the boot menu. This disk has hard Linux on it already. I put it on there last night. But now I need to show you guys right here. It's going to tell me right on the bottom, boot 12. So I keep just pushing it until it boots up. Dang it. Alright, so now I know the number. I don't want this. That's Windows booting if you had Windows on it. So I just keep turning it off and on. So I'm going to hold in 12. See, it says 12 right there. Whatever it says on your screen. Just go ahead and hold it. Alright. I kept getting the shit beat out of me because it's removable. I kept clicking it, and it said no bootable disk. So eventually I just said fuck it. After hours of reburning and burning this card, eventually I said fuck it. Let me go to hard disk. Wouldn't you know it? Wouldn't you motherfucking know it? Here you have, it's simple. Read the screen, the USB, and the hard drive. All right? I need to boot first the USB right now. So now I'm going to go ahead and hit enter. It's going to reboot. Look, there's the Linux. Something tells me I need to do a 64-bit. I think this was a 64-bit. I think I've ran 32 in the past on this computer and it didn't run. So I'm just going to try. You could try to install a 32 unless you don't know. All it will do is fail and you can boot it again and try the next one. So we're going to do enter. I'm using the keyboard, not the mouse. Again, if you have the wireless connection, it might pull up the wireless connection. And if you don't, then it doesn't. Just simple questions. I'm hitting the enter key. Read the questions. It might be highlighted what you need, it might not be. That's all you got to do is read those questions. Let it load. This is a real time, even though it's all. I'll show you the time. But there we go. I was hoping to have a new latest and greatest way of being able to connect to us over a radio. But apparently it got put on the wrong mail truck this morning and is out in another vehicle waiting for them to complete their route. This stuff really doesn't matter. All right, partitioning disk. I want to use the whole disk. So I don't know what if you start using other parts of it and all this other shit, I have no idea how it's going to handle, so I just do an entire disk. So there it is. This is why I say I think if you were to able to get another card, like a 4 GB card like this, I think it'll pop up here. And that's what I'm saying is you would be able to use your boot menu, set it up the initially, and then you would be able to use your boot menu to be able to switch between that card when you need to. But I don't have another card at the moment to test that theory. But I don't see why it wouldn't work as long as it is a 3.0 card and it is a 3.0 receiver. I don't know if it would work on a lower or not. I don't have another one to test that theory. So I'm going to write this whole entire, it's a 160 gigabyte card. It is way more than what is needed, but we're going to do it anyways. All right. So we're going to go ahead and partition it. You want to write to this disk. Yes, this is the same kind of basic principles as Win32 Disk Imager, but in a Linux format. DOS format, I think, pretty much. Again, this is real time. I don't want you guys thinking I am pausing it or anything. This might go faster if you got more. I only have, as you can see, I only got one stick of RAM in there, and it's probably only about 2. So it doesn't take much for Linux. That's why I'm saying an old computer would work perfect for this if you're not using it anymore. I want to show you and give you the whole screen, see what's going on. If I'm quiet, I'm still sitting here. Nobody's talking on the network, but it is only in the middle of the morning. We don't have too much of a morning crowd. It'd be nice if we had Hawaii over here chit-chatting with us, or anybody out there in Alaska, that gets up early for work or something. I'm trying to make this easy enough for you guys to be able to join the network, but unfortunately, I never looked into how to back up. Like I say, I'm going to have to get another 4 GB micro card and do it to that other card and boot it from it, and then pull the image just the same way as I made the other image. But pulling it from a 160 gig hard drive is not exactly what you guys would want if you have this will probably work on a 15 gig hard drive, even a 2 GB, 4 GB hard drive. It can work on an old ass hard drive, So if you got something that was back in the XP days or even Windows Me days, this shit will work on there no problem. Next video I want to do is I did find the hard drive that had Windows Vista on it from back when I had a virtual machine. So for those of you that are interested to have a beefy enough computer, keep in mind that is going to take a lot more than just 1 stick of RAM. That might be 2 or something like that. You're going to have to dedicate it some space for your RAM and hope that you got good processing speed as well. This is just something that's a trial and error. Like I say, I think the best boot thing would be to boot it from a one of the USB thumb drives. I think that would be probably the best way to do it. If you don't want to get it, but there is the likelihood that you could rewrite over it. That's why I'm trying to do my experimentation. I spent yesterday, and I almost lost the old girl here that had all my good information. I almost rewrote her. With this shit, and I would have lost everything. Granted, I do have, like I say, other hard drives that have other versions of my computer, and it's not like I don't know where to go get my shit from. So here's the next screen. Hopefully you're still right along with me. You might be before or after. Let me know. Like I say, this is real time. So I want to know if you're right here with me on the 50%, 60% configuration of the apt RPT. You might be further, and you might be back. Should have thought of a way to hold this damn thing so you guys would be able to see it without me sitting here holding on to it. Because I really don't want to sit here anymore. Let's see. Can we put it in the chair? Angle it up. Nope. Needs to be like right there. Bow. Wish I would have had to mount this phone here. Because this is going to take forever. Well, suppose I could let you guys watch the construction across the street. Got some blinky lights. Got some beam workers. Got some arcs dropping. This is almost as boring as watching the screen. Oh, they got a porta-john up there. Ain't that nice? Well, they only got one crane over there now. Oh, nope, there's the other one. Okay. The black one, I thought it was an underbeam. Wait, you know what? Yeah, that is the underbeam for it. No, I think they got two of them. Yeah, there's two of them there. You see the two lines running. Ah, you can't see the little splitter. All right, well, this is taking as long as it's taken. So I'm going to go ahead and pause this. Well, I want you guys to see how long it's going to take. So I'm going to let it roll. You can see it's installing software. So the fact that it's installing software means that it's getting it from the internet. So that means it read the data card on this and was able to start pulling all these packages. So as you can see, we're at 49%. I'm going to go get something to drink right quick. I'm going to set you guys right there. All right. Woo! 65%. Let's get you guys out of the darkness. Sorry. 75%. So I don't know where you're sitting at, but that's where I'm sitting at. So we're going to go back to this bottom folder right here. It gives you what you need to log in. There's the username, the login, and the password. We're going to do these steps as well once she's all installed. Hopefully yours doesn't take as much time as mine. If it does, it's all right. No biggie. Gotta stay hydrated. Go to water. Go to Wally World and get it from their thingy in the back and have a 5-gallon jug sitting on one of those cooler thingies. Almost there. Now, I would love to have this video also adding the new sound card that we've got. And, but like I said in the beginning of the video, I think the damn thing is on another mail truck, so it'll be here later on this afternoon. So I gotta wait. So I gotta wait. You guys gotta wait. So it should be tonight, maybe, because I'm gonna be like a little kid in a toy store. So even if the kids are home, I'm gonna be sitting here dinking with that shit. Sound card and radio, all in one unit for less than $70. I'm sorry, that's a game changer. I'm glad it arisen. I really didn't want to make these nodes anymore, and I hope that these are as good a quality as some of the other products that are out there that are only offered for hams. And so it's all in a nice little case, and I want to be the first one to distribute it to the GMRS community because it's out there in the ham. I got it from a ham that joined the network, and he's like, "Yeah, this works." I'm like, all right, cool, and so I'm gonna definitely take you guys on the adventure with me as I go through the install process of that to this old Asus computer, Franken computer. So, catching pace. So all of the stuff installing, because you got to remember you're completely putting Linux on this thing. When it shuts off, you're gonna have to pull your USB cable, the USB thumb drive. When it shuts off before it comes back on, pull that out because remember you changed your boot menu. So I got a parenting question for you guys. I was out with my moped yesterday, and because it was kind of nice here in central Wisconsin, and it was time to go get the kids from the school. And I'm not going to get them. It was a nice day. There, it shut off. Yank it out of there. Here's the final verdict. Turn it back on. We'll get back to the story of this. We're not done yet. I mean, we're almost there. There's a lot of programming and stuff. So if you want the rest of the story, get this done and join me. It might fail. It might not. There we go.